Hello everybody, my name is Brady and I am a 19th century American historian, and we are back with another React video, and I got an itch on my face. I think it's my Hamilton itch. So we're going to scratch that Hamilton itch today with A Winter's Ball, a song that exactly 0 of you asked for. I think exactly 0, I don't know, maybe I missed some, maybe some comments floated under my radar, but I don't think anybody was really asking for this. A lot of you wanted Satisfied. And if you want me to get to Satisfied, I gotta do Helpless first. And I feel like I gotta do A Winter's Ball first if I'm gonna do Helpless. I'm looking out for you. I'm a man of the people. I'm just trying to fast track us to Satisfied. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm not just ignoring people's requests and just doing whatever song I feel like. I'm trying to fast track us to the stuff you really want. But in all reality, I love these transitionary songs because they throw in these little things, these little details. I honestly am not sure what we're going to talk about in this song, but we'll see. We'll see what we got. Let's get it started. Turn this up a little bit.
How does a bastard, orphan, son of a whore go on and on, grow into more of a phenomenon? Watch this obnoxious, arrogant, loudmouth father be seated at the right hand of the father.
Hamilton's relationship with Washington is very important here. And he's always been very good at building relationships with powerful men. Don't read into that. But he is starting to build even more. And it's what's going to get him in the door with somebody like Philip Schuyler, who is a war hero, very well respected. His daughters seem like they're out of Hamilton's league. But Hamilton's connections with Washington are going to show that he has a lot of potential and is going to get him in the door for this sort of thing.
Washington hires Hamilton right on sight, but Hamilton still wants to fight, not right. Now Hamilton's skill with the quill is undeniable, but what do we have in common? We're reliable with the ladies.
I love the way that hits. I forgot about that, honestly. That's like one of my favorite things where they like really surprise you with the change of style. I'm going to send that back a little bit because I want that to hit again. I really enjoy that. Okay, Burr, we know, is a playboy. That's kind of how he is. Later on in the musical, we have him having a relationship with a married woman, which is true. That is a thing. And later on in life, he's going to get... his wife is going to divorce him because she caught him in the act. He gets around, and he has this interesting... I brought up in the past that he's kind of a pseudo-feminist. Don't think of it as like a modern feminist. This is like very much relative to his time. He has a lot of respect for women in many ways. He's pro-education for them. He really does believe in their potential, but that pseudo-feminist thing can't be confused as like being fully feminist and respectful towards women in every sort of way, like, because it's not so black and white. He is definitely a playboy. He's deflowered his fair share of young ladies, I am sure. And Hamilton, he's probably not all that much different. We know he admits to at least one affair later on. We don't know that that's the only one, but he does admit to one, and he has some raunchy writings early on. It's one of those cases where if he was a virgin when he married Eliza, I'd be shocked. The guy could talk a big game, though.
But what do we have in common? We're reliable with the ladies. There are so many to deflower. Ladies, looks, proximity to power. Ladies, they delighted and distracted. A Martha Washington named her feral tomcat after him. That's true.
That's true. That's really all I gotta say here. Hamilton develops this reputation among the people around him, and before he starts pursuing Eliza, apparently there were a few other ladies, like back to back to back, and when he becomes interested in them, he gets obsessive, and then for one reason or another, he moves on. Maybe they reject him. It's hard to say. Maybe he just gets bored of them. Maybe he just wants to move on to another thing. Maybe the new love interest pushes out the old love interest. I can't say. Can't really get into Hamilton's head, but yeah, he was a big fan of the ladies, and you didn't need me to tell you that. You really didn't, but it's pretty apparent.
1780, a winter's ball, and the Schuyler sisters are the envy of all. Yo, if you could marry a sister, your rich son, is it a question of if, Burr, or which one?
Okay, there's a few things to unpack here. We're gonna go back a little bit.
Sisters are 1780, a winter's ball.
This is one of those things where a lot of the times in historical fiction or whatever, you really find these convenient meeting places that are not necessarily historically accurate, but work as a literary device. In the case of this musical, we have earlier the bar scenes or whatever. It's just a nice place for all the characters to meet up, although it does not necessarily reflect how they would have met in real life. However, the Winter's Ball thing, that's real. That is good. And it gives Lynn something to work with here. You have an actual setting where it seems like this relationship kicked off. Although Hamilton probably would have at least met Eliza at least once before this, possibly more than once when going to see General Schuyler. This is where it really kicks off, and their relationship moves rather fast after this. And as you can tell from the later songs, it really doesn't take all that long for them to be completely smitten with one another, it seems.
And the Schuyler
sisters are the envy of all. And
if you could marry a sister, your rich son, is it a question of if, Burr, or which one?
So the wealth thing, the rich thing, you talk about Philip Schuyler's wealth, and it should be put in context. He has a huge reputation for being wealthy because he presents himself as very wealthy. Was he wealthy? To a point. He would have been worth like millions today. That is without a doubt. However, I think the way he lived was beyond his means because he has to put out this presentation. He has to let everybody know that he's classy and rich and stuff. And if everybody believes he's rich, it goes a long way for his prestige and his position in the world. However, trying to maintain that actually cost him a lot of money. A lot of founding fathers actually had this problem where they just perpetually lived beyond their means. So Philip Schuyler is going to burn through his fortune and try to regain it and do a decent job before his death. And I'm sure we'll have an opportunity to talk about that stuff. So would Hamilton be marrying up? Yes, financially. Would he be marrying up prestige-wise? Yes. Big yes on that. Financially, it matters, but it's not nearly as impactful as that sort of prestige, being part of the big Schuyler family. There's so much that comes with that as far as social and political connections that it outweighs any sort of money troubles. And then we get into, if you could marry a sister, your rich son, is which one? Yeah, that sort of thing. That's an interesting line because it's not a question of which one. I mean, you can choose between two of them. One of them is already taken at this point. Angelica is taken. She's already eloped with a guy who identified as John Carter, later to be known as John Church. He used a fake name. We'll get more into that. Probably in Satisfied, probably in like some later songs where she references him. We'll talk more about him. This song isn't as much about him, but overall, it's important to emphasize that she is married at this point, which kind of throws a wrench in the narrative here, but don't let facts get in the way of a good story. You know what I'm saying? I can respect what they were trying to do here. But yeah, Angelica, off the table at this point. So I guess he could have chosen between Peggy and Eliza. And who knows what it would have been like if he pursued Peggy. But apparently with all the rumors going on around Hamilton and Angelica, those rumors also existed with Hamilton and Peggy. I guess everybody involved was a little bit outwardly flirty with one another, so it did not help them avoid bad rumors.
Hey,
Hey, hey, hey, hey, hey, hey.
hey.
And that's it. And then is there like an outro thing? I don't want to jump the gun and skip somebody's out. Nope, that's it. All right, that was fun. It's a pretty short song, and a lot of the things that I kind of touched upon a little bit here, we'll have the opportunity to get a little deeper into as we get into the next couple songs. That's a good reason why I kind of held back on this one. I touched upon this stuff, but I really want to save some stuff to talk about during Helpless and Satisfied, because that's really where they get more into each of the two sisters that this musical cares about. So that was fun. As always, it's always fun. These animatics are great. I believe you guys have told me that the name is pronounced Shin. It's Szin, and that's pronounced Shin, wherever Shin is from. And the link to the original Animatic is in the description box below, and I highly suggest you subscribe, because it's really cool. It's a really good job they do here. I think that's it. I think that's all I gotta say. I'll be doing more Hamilton eventually. In the next couple weeks, you'll see another one, I'm sure. Thank you for watching. Like this video if you like this video. Subscribe for more videos every single day. And that's about it. Thank you. And I'll see you next time.